guys, and welcome back to another of my YouTube videos. If you're new here, you're really welcome. My name's Laura, and this video is based on some of the questions I've been getting recently on my Reddit chat, and it's a lot about what you actually get with you when you go into your UCAT exam for real. So I thought I'd make a quick video for you guys to show you all the things that you actually get when you go in to sit your UCAT test. It can be really daunting to do your UCAT, and the last thing you need is to be practicing on the wrong sort of equipment or using the wrong resources or materials. So hopefully this video will dispel any fears or any confusion over what you get when you sit your UCAT. As with all my videos, this is from my experience of sitting the UCAT, and these are the standard things that most UCAT centres will use and have available for you, but do double check to make sure that your UCAT centre will be the same. So in my UCAT, and I'm pretty sure with all UCAT test centres, you're not actually able to bring anything with you, none of your personal belongings, or not even a drink of water with you into your exam. That'll all be stored in a locker. And if you want more info on what the test day is like and all the steps and procedures and a bit of a guide to what to expect, do check out my previous video all about the day of UCAT and how you can prepare yourself for it. So when you get into the test centre and the room that you'll be sitting your UCAT, it'll look something like this. Things may differ slightly depending on where you're sitting the UCAT and how many people will be sitting it with you, but in most places that is a pretty generic layout and structure for a UCAT test centre room, and something that you should be able to expect on the day you sit your own UCAT. So I'm just going to run through some of the things that you will have available to use when you sit your UCAT so that you're familiar with what they are and how they will benefit you when you're sitting your UCAT test for real. So the first thing that you'll probably be offered as you enter the room will be a set of headphones or earplugs that look something like these, which I didn't make use of in my UCAT and really regret it. And I really advise wearing them because they're designed to block out any sort of noise and help you focus and concentrate on your own UCAT without being distracted by others around you. Some test centres may offer you some sort of earbuds that are like small little things that you can put in your ear to just block out the noise from people around you. But for me, I was offered these and stupidly didn't put them on before I sat my UCAT, which was a real mistake and something that I regret. And if you do want to find out any of the other mistakes I made, I've made a full video about that and it will be available in the comment section down below. So alongside the headphones, you also have the opportunity to make use of a set of A4 pages, which are all laminated, and they'll also give you a whiteboard marker to use alongside this. You get around 4 or 5 of these laminated sheets, and it's really useful to be able to jot down notes and write things out like keywords and phrases, or even draw diagrams and graphs. Some of the whiteboard markers will be erasable, but don't worry about rubbing them out as it kind of takes a bit too long and you don't really have the time. And some may be permanent, but again, you've got plenty of pages to use, so don't worry about running out of space. And if you are concerned about running out of space, do just put your hand up or ask before sitting the UCAT for an extra couple of laminated pages so that you don't have to waste any time during your UCAT. So the next thing that you'll notice when you go into your exam room is that there will be a lot of computers that look something like this. So this is a large screen monitor that is really useful when you're sitting your UCAT, and you'll find it in most test facilities. This will be really useful because it makes everything really big and you won't really have to worry about scrolling through things like you might have to on a laptop or a smaller computer screen. Do double check though, because some places do use Apple products, and it's really important that if it is going to be an Apple product, that you start getting used to how the Apple product is laid out, and it does differ slightly from a PC or something like this. I highly recommend trying to practice on the same style of computer or keyboard style that you'll have in your exam, because it is really important to be able to understand how everything is laid out on the screen and to know how to use everything effectively. So another thing that you'll be using when you go and sit your UCAT, or what I used anyway, is a full-size keyboard which looks something like this. And it's really important that you get used to using a full-size keyboard if that's what you're going to have in your UCAT, because there's certain things that you can do on a keyboard like this that you can't do on other keyboards. So for this one, you have the ability to use your calculator on the keypad at the side of the keyboard. This allows you to hit the numlocks button up here, and then you can use this as your calculator, which is really effective and is a really good tip to know when going to sit your UCAT. And if you'd like any help with how to use a keyboard calculator or any other parts of keyboard shortcuts, do check out my video specifically all about the keyboard shortcuts needed for the UCAT. But this is a full-size keyboard and it's really useful to practice on because that's what you'll get in most UCAT test centres. So if you're not a fan of the keyboard shortcuts and you haven't been practicing them, that's no problem. Don't stress. You will also get a mouse in with you for your exam, which is really useful for being able to get from question to question or to select your answers if you don't like using keyboard shortcuts. So I highly recommend trying to make use of these before going in and sitting your UCAT, just so you feel confident and familiar with how everything's laid out and that you don't get panicked when you come into the test centre and realise it's not something you're used to using. Every second does count, so it is important that you're able to use everything effectively. And if you are struggling with using or getting hold of any of these things, do check out the rest of my YouTube videos where I'll have explained different ways and hints and tips on how to use these things effectively. If you have any difficulties on the day of your UCAT with things like the computer or the mouse or headphones or marker pen, do just raise your hand as someone will be able to come over and help you out. So I hope this video has given you a better insight into what materials and items you'll have with you when you sit your UCAT for real. And if you would like any more information about what the test day is really like from my experience, then do check out the section down below where I'll have put the links to the rest of my YouTube videos. If you would like more top tips as well, go check out my Instagram and my Reddit group for more information. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like down below and hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all my new content and videos to help you get into medical school and do well in the UCAT. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye!